Hi, I'm Vicky. I'm currently working on two startup businesses. I have Rockstars and Royalty, which is my fashion label, and I have the Just Be Revolution, which is my social enterprise, and I'm working on my YouTube channel. As you may have seen, if you watch my weekly vlogs, I've had some days recently where I felt like everything that I'm doing is pointless, that I'm not moving forward or making any progress with my goals. And I had a time where I really lost my creativity as well. My self-esteem and confidence had really hit rock bottom, which is something that happens probably more frequently than I care to admit. And it's quite a destructive cycle if I let it continue. So I've come up with some tactics that help me refine my motivation, my creativity, and my positivity, and help me get back on track. These are my top tips that work for me, and I hope that you can find something in there that will work for you if you find yourself in the same position. And stay tuned for a bonus tip at the end that could change everything. My first tip is take some time away from your office or your studio. Go to the park, go for a walk, go to a museum, go to a cafe, turn off social media and just have some time out from thinking about your business or your creative project and give yourself a reboot ready to start again. I think this one's especially important if, like me, you work from home on your own. 2. Find some inspiration. For me, I find inspiration looking at fashion. So I go and look at fashion shows and pictures of collections. I go and look on Pinterest. I go and look at other people who are building successful businesses doing what I'm trying to do as well. I also find that looking back at my own work can be really inspirational because it reminds me of what I'm capable of. And it also shows me where I need to improve as well. And that can reignite my spark for creativity and for improving myself and getting back to work. 3. Spend time with creative people. These don't even have to be people in the same creative field as you. I love spending time with other designers, with creative people, with entrepreneurs, and hearing about what they're doing. And I find that hearing their passion can reignite my passion. And be honest with them, tell them if you're struggling. Chances are that they would have been through that too, and maybe they can give you some tips on how they refound their motivation. 4. Look at the smaller picture. Sometimes when you've got big dreams and big goals, it can be really daunting and really hard to know where to start. So set yourself some really small, achievable goals that are stepping stones towards your big goals, and you'll find that it's a lot less scary to make that first move and get started. 5. Remind yourself of your achievements. It's really easy when we've got really big goals and big dreams to feel like we're not getting anywhere. So I think it's really important to celebrate small achievements and look back at what you've created so far. Look back at everything you've created since whatever you're working on was just an idea. You've made that happen, and if you can make that happen, you can make anything happen. 6. Look for positives in the negatives. Firstly, ignore the trolls. Ignore those comments. There's just idiots out there who want to pick a fight. Don't reply. Ignore them. Secondly, look for positives you can take from negative comments. Look for the constructive elements in there that can help you learn and improve and grow and engage with your audience when they make these comments. The more open and honest and engaged you are with your customers or with your audience, the more of a relationship you can build and the more that they will trust you and help you to grow. Stop placing so much importance on the number of subscribers or followers that you have. It's better to have a small, engaged, interested audience than a really big, disinterested one who don't engage or comment or like anything at all. And don't worry if you lose a subscriber or a follower along the way either. They're people who aren't interested in what you're doing and weren't going to engage with you anyway. Just stay true to you, keep working hard at what you're doing, keep the followers that you've got happy, and you'll attract more people who love what you're doing. 7. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's really easy to compare yourself to other people who have been doing this longer, who have a large following, and think that you're doing really badly, but really you're not. And this comparison can be really bad for your confidence in the long run. You don't know their journey and their full story, and what you're seeing is pretty much the glossy highlights reel of how they've achieved that success or what they've achieved. And chances are they're comparing themselves to someone else too and thinking they're not doing well. Just take that time and energy and focus it on you and making you and what you're doing better. You'll thank yourself in the long run. 8. Remind yourself that there are people out there who already love your work and what you're doing. Go back and read the positive comments on Facebook posts or on Instagram or on your YouTube videos. And remember that there's people out there waiting for you to upload your next video who want to see more work from you. So do something to wow them. I know my 162 subscribers here is really teeny tiny compared to most channels, but I'm flattered that 162 people have made the commitment of subscribing and saying, I want to see more from you, I like what you're doing. And the way I imagine it is I like to think of 162 people all in one room, all cheering for me. And 162 people doesn't seem that small when you think of it like that. And that really helps give me the motivation to get out there and to make something to show them. 9. Don't be afraid to make changes. If what you're doing isn't making you happy, or if what you're working on just isn't going to work out, don't be afraid to step back and make some changes. Look back at your original dreams and your goals. Sometimes you just need to find a different path to get there, and sometimes your dreams and goals change, so you have to shift what you're doing in line with your new dreams and goals. Letting go of something or making big changes, especially when you put a lot of time and money into something, can feel like a failure, but it's really not. I've made some massive changes recently. I've reassessed what wasn't working and made some changes towards my goals and dreams, which are the same. And at the time, it was really scary admitting that what I was doing wasn't working. But now I've made those changes, I feel a lot more positive, a lot more confident, and a lot happier in myself as well. And don't panic if you have to keep making changes. It's better to reassess what you're doing and keep making changes than to continue down a path that's not going to lead to the success that you want. 10. Don't be scared to ask for help. I've had business mentors for the last 2 years, and I found that having mentors has been invaluable to me when I've been stuck and I don't know how to move forward. I've also found a lot of help through online forums and Facebook groups where people are really willing to help and offer advice. But you have to remember one thing, you have to ask. No one's going to give you advice unless you ask. 11. Just do something. Get off the couch and send that email you've been meaning to send. Start writing that blog post. Set your studio up for filming and just make that first move. I find that once I start doing something, it kind of snowballs, and then it's easier to go on to the next thing and the next thing. And suddenly you found that you've had a really productive day and you're feeling motivated and back in the swing of things. Now you've done all that, I want you to do something else. So this is my one bonus tip. Do something that scares you. Send that email, make that phone call, film that video, go to that networking event and talk to people and make a connection and start a conversation. Send an email to that blogger or influencer or brand that you'd love to work with or collaborate with. You've got nothing to lose and you don't know where this could lead you. Thanks for watching. I hope you found my tips really helpful. I hope maybe one day they can help you re-find your motivation. If you like my videos, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please click the bell so that you get notifications. You're all amazing. Now get out there and reach for the stars. You can do this. You've just got to make that first move.